So that means that so people who
They are
came here
not welcome here in Sweden.
yeah.
They are not welcome here. They can't stay here because they have no paper and they have no rights to be here. And the Swedish government and the authorities say they are. No, you can't stay here because you have no rights to be here.
Yeah.
So they fly them back to their countries, to the war zone.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yes, and
I
the fate not wished up on any man alive.
Yeah. So they come here for help or
yeah,
hope,
they come here
and then
for,
they cannot stay here.
They flee from their countries, their war zones countries, and they flee to the land of opportunity, Sweden.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Swedish to freedom and human rights and live in a decent living.
Without war.
Without war, yes.
Fortunately.
Yes.
Yeah, here.
So the Swedish government say, no, you can't come here. So they send them back again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it says mass deportation, so it means
Yes,
that they could stay here a while then?
Yes, they have the rights to let's say they have the rights to they have a chance to stay, but the Swedish authorities have decided to they have no let's see well, they have no rights to be here, so they have been sentenced to you must go back. You have no rights to be here.
Yeah.
So it's very tragic.
It is tragic.
I thank my God every day because I'm a Swede. I live here in this country
without
freedom,
war,
without war. I can eat and drink clean water and yes, it's very tragic. Yeah. I think, but
and it's also this two little candles standing here. And
yes, I don't know who sent it.
It's also something. It's like what
someone have written it.
Because what would it doesn't help, of course.
No,
or is it form of?
No, it's
somebody is.
It's in vain. I say it's a vain.
Yeah.
Yes. They have no chance. So it's. I wonder.
And one
myself,
candle went off.
Yes. I wonder myself if there will be a war here in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I will flee to another country.
And then they say go back.
And they say go back. We don't want you here or something. So it's tragic, yes. But I can't do anything. I can't. It's very sad, but I can't do anything.
Yeah. What can you do?
The people here can't do anything. It's the Swedish government who decides who have a chance to stay, and they have no chance to stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so in the Swedish government, are there parties who think differently? So who say maybe there's a chance that
there are people in the government who say they can stay here in this country, but there are some people who say no, they can't stay here. They must go back.
And then
yes, it's many of those people will die. You know, they will die in their home countries. They have no chance. It's very tragic. But I can't do anything. But
you were also looking, yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for your explanation.
Yes.
I have Swedish class, actually.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye. So it's exactly 5 o'clock in the evening and I'm in London on the Tower Bridge and standing on the south bank. I'm gonna walk to the north bank, and I want to see if I walk behind the Londoner, presumably Londoner, with a pretty fast pace, how much time it will take as a pedestrian to go to get to the other side. So let's wait for the next pedestrian with a good pace. And okay, here we go. So I'm walking behind a woman with long brownish hair, and oh, she's even almost running. And okay, so on the left I see the expansion girdles, nicely curved, round, but of course they're from iron. And they're painted aqua blue with in between white, and the banister is also blue and in the middle white, but then blue is more of a dark but still clear blue. The pedestrians can walk easily next to each other. It's broad, and there are 2 lanes, and there's also 2 lanes of traffic in the middle. And I'm walking now under the South Tower. Here you can go a little bit on this side. So it's a round walking area, you could say, next to the tower. Then I continue on the bridge. These banisters have brown wood on top. And when I look up, of course I see the other tower, the North Tower. And when I look up, I see walkways, also 2-sided. So it means you can walk either on the left or on the right side. When I look down, I see the River Thames, and when I look over the water, I see the London Bridge, I presume. I'm almost walking under the next arch. And here's the exhibition of the Tower Bridge exhibition. It costs £8 to get in. And where's the woman? She's still there. So now I'm at the North Bank, with again expansion girdles. Everything's exactly the same as on the other side. There's a lot of lighting because it's already getting dark. So the bridge is well lit. Feels quite high above the water when you look down to the water. It's pretty windy also, but the bridge has no visible or feelable movement. And I'm at the other side, and almost at the entrance of the metro, of the tube, and the woman goes into the tube, and I'm gonna look at the clock how much time it took. So 4 minutes 44. This bridge reminds me of the time that I still lived in the Netherlands, in Limburg, with my parents. And I studied for 1 year in Maastricht. And we also used to come here to do some shopping. So then we parked the car a little bit outside of the city center and walked over the bridge, over the John F. Kennedy Bridge, over the Maas, the river the Maas, towards the city to do some shopping. And it always felt, each time when I walked over this bridge, I felt I was on holiday, if I was in France. The colors look different, the atmosphere is different, and the language is different. The Maastrichtenaren call themselves that Maastricht is the capital of Limburg. And my father used to make a joke when he said, or when he asked, how do you call a horse in the Maastricht language, in the Maastricht dialect? And then he would say, of course, in Limburgs, niet lang, maar breed. And that's a joke saying it's not long, but it's broad, and then broad with an accent, because in our opinion, the Maastrichtenaren have this broad accent, which is funny, of course, because for the rest of the Netherlands, all the Limburgers have an accent, and differently than the Limburgs among each other, is that we sort of accept it. But for the rest of the Netherlands, they always look a little bit down to the Limburgers, because I think they're peasants, they're much too soft and modest, and because of that they are stupid. And the Limburgers, on the other hand, say, because of the Hollanders, we call everybody above the river a Hollander, because you could also say Holland, and we felt that Hollanders were very direct and stood up for themselves, but then in a denigrating way, much too forceful, or much too not polite, so to speak. And that's what I had to think of when I was crossing this bridge. It's nice to be here as well. Nice to be back. Before the bridge was built, the only practical short route between San Francisco and what is now Marin County was by boat. Many experts said that a bridge couldn't be built across the 2,042-meter strait. The strait has strong swirling tides and currents, with water 150 meters in depth at the center of the channel. Experts said that the ferocious wind and blinding fogs would prevent construction and operation. Joseph Strauss was an ambitious and dreamy engineer who had spent more than a decade drumming up support in Northern California. The bridge faced opposition, including litigation from many sources, but he succeeded and construction began in 1933. The total length of the Golden Gate Bridge, including approaches from abutment to abutment, is 2,737 meters. The Golden Gate Bridge suspension towers are 211 meters above water. The weight of the roadway is hung from two cables that pass through the two main towers and are fixed in concrete at each end. Each cable is made of 27,572 strands of wire. There are 129,000 kilometers of wire in the main cables. The bridge has approximately 1,200,000 total rivets. New York Manhattan Bridge designer Leon Moissef produced the basic structural design, introducing his deflection theory by which a thin, flexible roadway would flex in the wind, greatly reducing stress by transmitting forces via suspension cables to the bridge towers. Architect Irving Morrow designed the overall shape of the bridge towers, the lighting scheme and Art Deco elements such as the street lights, railing and walkways. The famous international orange color was originally used as a sealant for the bridge. The color was selected because it complements the natural surroundings and enhances the bridge visibility in fog. The US Navy had wanted it to be painted with black and yellow stripes to ensure visibility by passing ships. More people die by suicide at the Golden Gate Bridge than at any other site in the world. The deck is approximately 75 meters above water. After a fall of approximately 4 seconds, jumpers hit the water at around approximately 120 kilometers per hour. Most jumpers die from impact trauma on contact with the water. The few who survive the initial impact generally drown or die of hypothermia in the cold water. The fatality rate of jumping is roughly 98%. Engineering professor Natalie Jeremienko, as part of her Bureau of Inverse Technology Art Collective, created a despondency index by correlating the Dow Jones Industrial Average with the number of jumpers detected by suicide boxes, containing motion detection cameras, which she claimed to have set up under the bridge. The boxes purportedly recorded 17 jumps in 3 months, far greater than the official count. The Whitney Museum, although questioning whether Jeremienko's suicide detection technology actually existed, nevertheless included her project in its prestigious Whitney Biennial.